Hey guys, so today's video is actually going to be a review and it's going to be on my Clarisonic Sonic cleansing system. Now a review on this has been super requested and it is something that has made a huge impact on my skin cleansing routine. So I'm just going to go over a little bit of information on this product. I'm going to tell you guys how much it is and kind of if it's worth the hype in my opinion. Okay, so here's my brush right here, and this one is actually the Clarisonic Plus. So I believe that this is the largest model out there. The Plus system retails for $225, and I know it's a little bit expensive, but let me tell you guys, the one thing that I will invest in is skincare. That is the one category that I feel like can't really be duplicated by drugstore for some products. Not all products, but for some. So anyway, if there's one category that I would personally invest in would definitely be skincare. Now, if you don't have $225 to shell out on this brush, I believe that they do have a couple of models that are smaller than this one. I believe that they have the Mia and the Mia 2, which they just came out with. And both of those are basically just travel size versions of this. They do pretty much the same exact thing. And most importantly, the head part right over here, that brush, is the same exact thing on all of the models. Now, one of the biggest differences between the Plus and the Mia travel versions is the way that these charge up. Now this one actually comes with a little charging port like this, and you just pop it in just like that, and then you plug this part right here into the wall. I personally really like that because I like to put this on my bathroom counter. I like that it's not lying down. It's not going to touch anything, and it's always right by my sink for when I need it. And the Mia versions do not have that cradle. They kind of have a little magnetic plug that sits either on this side or on this side, and then you plug that into the wall. But it doesn't have a little cradle that will hold it up on a counter for you. Now, other than coming with the brush and the charger, it also came with about 3 little travel size 1-ounce cleansers. And the Plus version also comes with a body brush, which I honestly don't really use. I don't feel like I need such a deep clean on my body, but it is included anyway. Now, I have my Clarisonic brush for about 2 years now, and sometimes I get lazy. Don't get me wrong, I don't do this every single night. Sometimes I get lazy, and when I skip for about a week or two, I definitely can see the difference in my skin. I definitely think that this is a little bit too harsh for everyday use, but what I try to do is use it every weekend. So every Saturday and every Sunday, I will wash my face using this brush. And one thing that's really cool is that this brush is 100% waterproof, so you could use this anywhere. You could use this in the pool if you wanted to, but I use this pretty much in the shower. You don't have to use it in the shower, but it can get a little bit messy. The water sometimes will drip down my neck, so I definitely just like to use mine in the shower, but by all means, you don't have to use it only in the shower. Now, it does take 24 hours for this to have a full charge, but the good thing is I only have to charge it 1 time a month. And as far as cleaning it, I do clean it with every single use. I know a lot of people don't, but I'm just very neurotic about things that I put on my face. So what I do is I just take rubbing alcohol and a mixture of hand soap, and I just work it through the bristles every time that I use the brush to just ensure that it is sanitized and completely germ-free. Now, I have seen a lot of drugstore products that look kind of similar on the market that are probably around the $50 and under range, and a lot of you guys are probably thinking, why would you spend $225 on a brush that washes your face? The thing that is so special about Clarisonic brushes is that they are sonic cleansing brushes. So this head right here actually does not spin at all, but it vibrates. So very gently, it kind of like pulsates all over your skin. And one thing that's really cool is that this brush right here gets a 6 times deeper clean than any other method out there. So whether you're using a manual brush or your fingers or a washcloth, I'm trying to think of other ways that people would wash their face. There's a lot of methods that you can use to wash your face, but this is supposed to get a 6 times deeper cleaning than any other method out there. So this right here removes all of my makeup, all the dirt, the oil, the grime, everything from throughout the day, this brush gets rid of. Now, those of you girls and guys that use an electric toothbrush will kind of understand what I mean when I say this is like an electric toothbrush for your face. And I know that sounds scary, using like an electric toothbrush on your face would hurt a lot. So maybe it's not the best example, but this is like a really gentle electric toothbrush that you can use all over your face. So those of you that use an electric toothbrush to brush your teeth, know the difference that you feel using an electric toothbrush rather than a manual toothbrush. Sometimes I'll be sleeping somewhere unexpectedly overnight and I'll have to use a manual toothbrush rather than my normal electric toothbrush that I have at home, and I feel like my teeth just aren't as clean as using my electric toothbrush. So basically my point, what I'm trying to explain here, is that you just feel your skin so much cleaner. It just makes such a big difference using this as opposed to using your fingers or a washcloth. So basically when you turn it on, it just pulsates very gently. It makes a little bit of a humming noise, and all that you do is just glide this over your skin just like this. You don't push it into your skin and kind of scrub like you would with a manual brush. You just let it very gently glide over your skin. The sonic waves will actually pulsate through the first couple of layers to your skin to give you an extra deep cleansing. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys are wondering, what are the specific things on my skin that I have seen a difference in after using this brush? Number one, probably the biggest thing would be pore size. My pores have significantly shrunk since I started using this brush, especially in the area on my nose and around my nose. I also see less blackheads. Skin tone and complexion. My skin used to be a lot more blotchy and uneven before using this brush. I also feel like my complexion has gotten a lot brighter. And then a big benefit for me is that it has helped with my acne scars. And that is because this brush right here very, very gently exfoliates your skin without irritating it. So very gently it will buff away the top layer of those little scars, and in time they will disappear quicker, at least in my experience. Another cool thing about the Plus is that you can actually completely customize this system to have a little timer on it. So what I mean by that is I set it to have 50 seconds on my forehead, then 50 seconds for my nose and chin, and then 25 seconds on each cheek. So I customized mine to have a little beep that tells me when those 50 seconds are up, when the 30 seconds are up, when the 25 seconds are up, so I know to move on to the next section of my face. I do also want to mention that some people have experienced a little bit of purging, which basically means a little bit of breaking out when they first started using this brush. On the website it does say that that is normal since your skin is not used to such a deep cleanse. It's kind of bringing everything to the surface, the same way like when you use a mask, it brings all the impurities out of your skin. So a purging stage can be normal. I didn't experience any purging at all, and I have the most acne prone skin of anybody that I know. Now when I use my Clarisonic, I don't use my normal acne.org cleanser. On the weekends I actually use a completely different system. So I will be filming a demo and going through all the steps very soon so you guys can see it in action. I also want to mention that this does come in a couple different colors. Mine is just the ugly plain white one, but it comes in pink, blue, yellow, really pretty colors. And I think that's pretty much it, guys. I tried to cover everything that I wanted to know about this brush before I went ahead and purchased it. If I did leave anything out, you guys can just feel free to comment below and I will try to get back to all of you. And I will have that demo out for you guys this month as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.